Dun, 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 dun.
Hello.
Dun, 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 dun. What is going on, guys? How is everybody doing today? Welcome to another episode of Cruisin the Planet. We are here with Randon, the man.
What's up?
We are here with Jesse.
She
doesn't have a nickname.
My bad.
Jesse, the Spaghetti Jesse, and we are with the one and only, the man, the myth, the legend, Drew Myers.
You got to stop doing that, man. I appreciate it.
I had to hype you up. You're the guest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. I'm excited.
For sure. So, guys, today we are doing something different. We're actually going to be creating a bucket list. And Drew, if I'm not mistaken, you do a seminar on making bucket lists. If you wanted to go ahead and explain how that works.
Yeah, absolutely. I do public speaking, and my main keynote is make the important things important, starting with you. And one of the things you can do to make yourself a priority is put your goals, dreams, and aspirations in the spotlight and making a life list. I call it a life list, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. If you make a life list, that's one way to do that. And the reason why I call it a life list, real quick, it's a lot like a bucket list. We're putting an emphasis on the life, not the death, right?
Yeah.
The definition of a bucket list are things you want to do before you kick the bucket.
Okay.
But we all think we're going to live forever, so we never do those things. And a life list also includes little things. When you say bucket list, it's like big ticket items.
Yeah.
A life list includes little things. Like the first life list I ever made was eat a double scoop of ice cream and eat lobster. They were on my list of things to do. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Nice.
I'd never done those things for whatever reason.
Nice. And guys, if you don't know, also I learned this yesterday. Drew is just a mysterious man. He has his own TEDx talk. So if you look up Drew Myers TEDx talk, you can see his TED talk, and it's exactly what he just said. Make the important things important. That's the title of it, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Actually,
cool.
Travis, make the important things important, starting with
you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It's about self-care, self-love, self-protection.
Okay, word.
I like that.
That's how it's supposed to be. I love that. Love that so much. Such a mysterious man, Drew Myers, guys.
I'm actually an open book, really. There's no mystery to me at all. It's full transparency.
So what made you want to start doing this?
Funny story, when I was in high school, a buddy of mine was a DJ. Like, he would go and do like high school dances and things like that.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's cool.
And he brought his equipment over to my house one time and just set it up in the living room. And he went home and left all of his equipment there. He told me how to turn it on. So I turned it on, and I started doing my own radio show. I was like, Drew in the morning, boop, boop. You know, I had this.
Cool.
And, yeah, it was awesome, and I really loved it. Now, I got away from that when I went to school. I went to college at Midwestern State, and I was going to be a journalism guy. I thought I was going to write for Sports Illustrated. But after a long journey of having 11 jobs in 11 years and selling real estate, they moved a radio station to Glen Rose, where I live now, and fell in love with it again. And that kind of got everything rolling from my speaking, my coaching, my podcast, and everything. So it's been pretty awesome. It's been a hell of a ride.
That's cool.
That's been within the last 8 years.
That's
Oh,
very
wow.
interesting.
Very nice.
cool.
Very nice. Man, so, before we get into this bucket list making, or this,
Man,
it's life list
there
making.
you go.
My fault.
Live list.
He was for to correct me. I corrected myself. There you go. Tell us a little bit about, you said you 11 jobs, 11 years. Tell us a little bit more about your background before we, get into this.
Yeah, sure. I grew up in South Dallas and Duncanville, to be exact. Went to school at Midwestern State, which is actually a rival of Tarleton, or was a big rival when I was in school.
Damn.
And
Not anymore.
after I graduated, my dad told me, if you're not happy with what you're doing, go do something else. So I wrapped both of my arms around that concept and squeezed real tight.
Yeah.
I was everything from a journalism guy, worked at a couple newspapers. I went back to Midwestern. I worked in the admissions office there. Then I decided, hey, you know what? I want to be a football coach. Went down to Belen College, coached a little football. Then I got an opportunity at TCU, go Frogs. I worked on Coach Patterson's staff there, worked my way up into athletic administration. Quit that job, started my own business. That business failed. Then I worked my way back into the real world. And I did everything from working for an ad agency. I worked for an oil and gas company doing marketing for them. And then, like I said, the last quote-unquote real job that I had before I got into radio was I sold real estate.
Cool.
And I thought, this is what I'm supposed to do. My family was long-time real estate. My grandfather was big-time real estate in Dallas, Fort Worth. My dad was a broker. And I was like, this is what I'm supposed to do. And I hated it.
Yeah.
Really?
I love this, man. Give me a mic. Let's go.
So
Yeah.
When you guys were like, hey, do you want to come on Cruisin the Planet? I was like, yeah, dude. Why did it take you 5 weeks to ask me?
Yeah.
My fault, man. It's my fault.
Well, so why did you hate like a lot of the other jobs you did?
I didn't hate all the other jobs.
Hate 'em.
I got bored with them.
Yeah.
Felt maybe unappreciated. new opportunities presented themselves a lot of times. Like, hey, do you want to come do this instead? I'm like, yeah, that sounds awesome. Let's go
Okay.
do that.
Yeah.
In regards to real estate, what I hated about it, I loved helping people buy and sell houses. I didn't like the fact it all revolved around money. Real greedy.
Oh,
yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
everybody had their hand out, and I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a lot of cutting throats in that business.
No, not necessarily, but everybody's looking to make a buck or save a buck.
Okay.
Yeah.
And for me, it's never been about the money. Money has never been a motivating factor to me. I just want to help people. And that's
Yeah,
what I do
that's
now with my coaching and my speaking. And even this, working here at the radio station, is helping people.
Yeah.
Sweet. So I have never made a bucket list. It's something I want to do.
A
A
what?
life list.
Oh, yeah.
It's something I want to do my whole life. I've never done it, which is like
Well, let me ask you, why not?
I just haven't sat down and done it. It's just like I always make like a goal for the year, right? Or something of that sort, and like 2 goals under it, or something like that.
New year, new me.
And you know, I've never made though a life list. I feel like a life list is the first thing you should do because you can surround your yearly goals around that life list. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Yes.
feel like
So,
it brings out
Brandon,
your-
have you ever like made like maybe in like elementary school, middle school? You too, Jesse. Have y'all ever made a life list like in school or anything like that?
I haven't.
Me
Justin.
neither.
Okay, well, let me ask you this. Have you ever said or thought, man, I'm going to add that to my bucket list? You know?
Well,
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
it's
everybody
like,
has, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you
I
don't have
don't.
one.
I don't really think of it as like I need to add it to my list. I'm like, oh, I would love to do that someday, but I don't really think of it
You
as
forget
like
about
a
it, huh?
list.
Yeah,
Right,
same
really.
same thing, right? So many people think that, say that, and I've interviewed hundreds of people about this, and a lot of people are on the same camp you guys are. No, I don't have a list, and then we just start to talk, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, I do want to do that," or "Yeah, I do want to do this." And once you start that conversation, but Travis, you're right. It's about stopping for half a second. It's about clearing the mechanisms,
Yeah.
turning your phone off, turning the TV off, turning the music off. I'm like, what do I really want to do?
Yeah,
Facts.
I feel like that's so hard nowadays. 'cause
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's so much noise, man.
everyone is on their phones all the time. Like it's so bad to the point like where you're scrolling on TikTok and you'll come across a video with 2 videos playing on the one video. So
Oh,
you
yeah.
can go back
They're
and
like a
forth
little
watching.
ad. They're
Yeah.
just
And
decorating
it's
cookies.
like our attention spans are so low nowadays. We're like worse than goldfish. And they have like a 3-second attention span. And
It's that
so, like, I
serotonin,
feel like
man.
that's why it's so hard
Every second,
for
you want
people.
that now.
Serotonin, dopamine. That's what TikTok is.
So much noise in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Sucks.
if nothing else, creating a life list is taking a second. You don't have to take days, but set aside 30 minutes and just really ask yourself the easy questions, the hard questions, and write down those goals, dreams, and aspirations. It's a powerful exercise. It truly is.
Yeah.
Cool. And I know, Drew, you definitely already have your life list here, and you're probably adding to it, probably deleting some things here and there. I know yesterday we talked, and you actually have one on your blog.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes. So when I made my first life list, it was 101 things to do in 1,001 days. And I did that. Well, I didn't do everything on there, but I made that list and I put it online and marked some stuff off, wrote about it on my blog. People were like, cool, started reading my blog. The really cool people made lists of their own, which is awesome, right?
Yeah.
Inspired some other people. And then after that 1,001 days, I just cut it in half. So I probably have 6 lists out there in the world right now. Not everything accomplished. Right now I have a list of 55 things to accomplish in 555 days. And we can
Cool.
talk
Like that.
about specific things on that list. But it's just kind of a roadmap of where you want to go and things you want to do. Some are big, some are small.
Can you
Okay.
give us some examples of what are on your?
Yeah. Is there a way we could just pull it up and like view some of your?
Sure, absolutely.
I have your website pulled up right here.
Okay, go to
Or is it a different website?
go to a different website.
Got you. New tab.
Go to definingaudacitywordpress.com. And I've got it pulled up on my phone too, just so I can talk through it. And this is my current list that I have now. And as we were talking about it yesterday, I haven't updated in a while. Like I like to go and mark this
You
stuff
said
off.
wordplay.com?
WordPress.com.
WordPress.
definingaudacity.wordpress.com. So I wrote my first book back in 2021 and finished my second book, which is Stop Eating S Sandwiches. That's the name of it.
funny, dude.
Can't say it on the air, but that's the name of my second book, and I'm working on it right now. So,
That's so
obviously,
cool.
I haven't accomplished that. I do some painting, like it's called what is it called? Some kind of art. Anyway, I can't think of it off the top of my head, but it's real abstract. So I want to sell one of my paintings,
That's
even if I
cool.
sell it for $25, whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
That's really cool.
relaunch my podcast, my personal podcast, make the USA Today bestsellers list, that type of stuff. I'm a runner, so run 2 half marathons. I've completed one. I need another
Wow.
one. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I've completed one during this little stretch.
I know how hard that is.
Summit a
dad did that.
14er. I've done a summited a 14,000 foot mountain in Colorado. Actually 2, and I want to do that
What?
again. Yeah,
Ooh.
that's really cool. Scroll down, Travis.
Scroll down. Gotcha.
And hit other or older.
Where's that? Next, more. This one here.
I can't see where you're at. Nope. Over to the left. Up. This is good radio right here, guys. This is solid radio right there.
There we go. You guys don't know what's going on, but we're
and
looking
then
through
when
it.
it says "walk the walk" again, me painting right there. Yeah. And then that's my list.
All right, we're gonna actually show the viewers this.
Oh, that's
too.
cool. Yeah.
Yeah, web with people. Boom.
So go on a ski trips on there. My son really wants to do that. Something that has to do with my speaking. I want to get another tattoo. So shout out to Tarleton Tattoo, one of our underwriters. May come see them.
Look at this, guys. Finished my second book. You already completed that one, right?
No, I completed my first book, not my second book yet.
Okay, got you. Word. Create supplemental workbook, cookbook. Sell one painting. How much you trying to sell that painting?
Man, I'll sell it for anything. I don't care. You can give me some money for it.
Might buy it from you.
It's called neurographic art. That's what it's called. It's a process.
Neurographic
Maybe we'll do that as a staff one time. We can do some neurographic art.
I actually need something for my apartment. I might buy a painting off you, and you might be able to complete it.
Let's go. Mark it off. Mark it off. That's what I say
For
after I do something is mark it off. Hashtag
Yeah.
mark it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Put it out there on
Yeah.
social. And again, it's not about making it about me and all these things that I want to do. It's about inspiring other people to live a bold, adventurous, and intentional life, to make a list of their own. And let me say this, and I will say it 100 more times before we get out of here today. It's cool to make a life list and it's fun to mark stuff off, but it is a game changer when you can help somebody else put their goals, dreams, and aspirations in the spotlight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So what I would do on my radio show is we'd brainstorm a list. If they didn't have one, or if they did have a list, they'd share it with me, and then I'd ask to see the list. And can I share that story? My favorite thing I've ever helped somebody mark off their life list?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, your show, but I hijacked it.
No. It's our show.
All right, so there's a singer-songwriter on the Texas music scene. Her name's Caitlin Butts. And Caitlin came on my show, and I did not know her at the time. And we did a phoner. And we heard Caitlin's story, which is inspiring. And then at the end, I said, do you have a life list? Teed it up, told her what it was. She said no. And then we started brainstorming. And she wanted to play Red Rocks and play the Grand Ole Opry. You know, that's pretty common for artists. And then just out of nowhere, she says, I would love to give my mom baby donkeys.
What?
No way.
I said, what? What are you talking about? What's that story? And she said that they had just moved to Ardmore, Oklahoma, and they take this special route home when they're going back to their house, and they drive by these donkeys. She goes, I would love just to have donkeys of our own.
Cool.
And I said, well, Katie Butts, I've got 2 baby donkeys in Rainbow, Texas that I need to get rid of.
What?
No
6
way.
weeks,
Coincidence.
6 weeks later, I loaded them up in a horse trailer, drove them across the Red River, and dropped them off at her house. True story.
That's cool.
If you
That's
go on
crazy.
Caitlin Butts' Instagram page, she doesn't have them anymore, but if you go on her Instagram page and scroll down, you'll see pictures of Thelma and Louise. Seriously.
That's cool.
That's her
No
name?
way.
Those are the donkeys'
So
names.
cute.
Yep.
Cool, man. That's
so
awesome.
So Caitlin Butts and I, she's big time now. I mean, she's
Yeah.
Nashville big. We're tied together forever. I could text her right now and be like, "How are Thelma and Louise?"
Yeah.
You know?
That's crazy.
Yeah. But
That's-
it was important to
that's
her. It was
mind-blowing.
important to her mom. Where it's probably not important to any of you guys to have baby donkeys,
Yeah,
right?
not
but
really.
but for her, it was a big deal, and I was able to help her accomplish that goal. So that was cool.
Yeah, for
How
sure.
how did you have baby donkeys?
We live on some property in Rainbow, so they're always
nice.
popping out babies. And even we can't keep them all. They're
Yeah.
not. They don't do anything except keep the grass down. They're kind of like lawn art. So
Okay.
we give them away all the time.
I see.
Cool.
Interesting.
Well, I think we reached that point in time where we need to start. I'm a hand. This is the steering wheel. See it, guys? I'm handing it to Drew. I'm moving into the passenger seat, and Drew is going to do his thing and help
Me-
us with our life list.
You may coach you guys up.
Coach
I would
us
love
with our
that.
life list. We
Okay.
need this.
So if we were really doing this,
Pull out your notes, guys. We're
you-
taking notes.
You guys would have a piece of paper and a pen, but if you have your phones, you can type it in there as well.
That's what I'm doing right now.
I could go
Right.
grab us some paper real quick.
Here's the
Go on.
deal. You have to write this stuff down.
For sure.
Okay. So many people ask, do you have a list? They're like, yeah, I've got a list. I was like, sweet, is it written down? They're like, nope. And I was like, it's not real then.
Not
Yep,
at all.
not happening.
Because there is something powerful about writing it down. It's called auto-suggestion. When you write it down, you plant a seed in your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind starts working to accomplish those goals.
Yeah.
The other thing,
Ah.
when you accomplish these goals, this is real, and you take a pen and you mark through it after you accomplish it, before that pen leaves the paper, this is guaranteed without a doubt. You guys ready for this? Before the pen comes off the paper, you're automatically thinking, what's next? So if you were like, I want to jump out of an airplane, cross it off. What's next? I want to eat a double scoop of ice cream. Cool. That's when I'm gonna do this next Wednesday or whatever it is. You're constantly looking on what's next. What's next? And I'm a firm believer. If you are setting goals, working hard to accomplish goals, actually accomplishing goals, and then setting more goals, your life's moving forward. You're doing pretty well.
Yeah. That's super cool because, there's stuff I've completed or I'm sure everyone has done and they just forget about they did it. But if they had, and it wasn't as important to them, but if they had a list and that's something you wanted to do and you completed it, you'll remember it forever. You know what I mean?
Okay, it's funny you say that. This is a cool story. It's about auto-suggestion.
Yeah.
Buddy of mine, best friend in the world, known him since the 5th grade. He was my college roommate, Greg Jones. Shout out. Him and his wife on their honeymoon made a list. Not necessarily a life list or a bucket list, just made a list of things they wanted to do as a married couple. And then they got back home, and that list found itself in the bottom of their underwear drawer, right? Because life happened. They had kids, they have a mortgage now, they have jobs and bills, and they forgot about it. Well, years later, they find this list. And it's to your point, Travis. They bring this list out, and they're like, well, hell, we did that. We did that. We've done that. They hadn't done everything, but they had accomplished a lot of those things. Again, they had planted that seed in their subconscious mind. Really cool.
I like that.
Super cool.
Okay, so you may coach you up?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Everyone get the notes out.
Yep, I have it ready.
All right, here we go.
I call it life list on the top.
And it's on the phone. This is so,
I'm probably going to transfer this.
We have to,
on
here's the thing. We have to transfer what we're taking
Look,
out
how
to
about this?
paper.
I'm going to go get some paper and some pens for y'all.
Okay, that works too.
I'm gonna do that real quick.
All right, then we'll talk about it. He can catch up.
Yeah, for sure.
Tip number 1, without a doubt, there are no rules to a life list. It doesn't have to be 101 things in 1,001 days. It doesn't have to be 55 things in 555 days. It's your list. It could be 5 things you want to accomplish before the end of the year. It could be 10 things you want to accomplish before you turn 25, whatever it is. My sister told me once, she goes, I've got 5 things on my list, and there's no timetable. And I was like, sweet, what are they? And she wanted to meet Dolly Parton or see Dolly Parton in concert. She wanted to make the perfect martini. She wanted to go on a trip in an RV, and there were 2 other things. And that was her list. Let's go.
Cool.
It's yours. Own it, right? So many people are like, I can't make a list.
What?
I mean, what if it's one thing that you want to accomplish before your 40th birthday? I mean, that's still a list, right, of things you want to do. So that's number 1. Number 2, it has to be measurable.
Yeah.
Okay.
It can't be, I want to be a good radio DJ. We all want to be a good radio DJ.
What makes a good radio DJ?
Well,
right?
It has to be something that you can actually accomplish and mark off. So many people I talk to, it's, I want to be a good dad. Well, yeah, I want to be a good dad too. But what can you do? Specific things, measurable things you can do to be a good dad. Like take your kid camping. Anything. Take your kid to a Ranger game. That's being a good dad.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure.
You have to be able to mark it off a list. So that's good.
Cool.
All right, tip number 3. You have to remember the little things. Like I mentioned, my first list I had eat a double scoop of ice cream and eat lobster. Now, I'm going to tell you the lobster story real quick. I know why that was on the list. You ready?
Yes, sir.
When I was like in junior high, we went to a seafood restaurant. The waiter was taking everyone's order. And he came to me and he said, what would you like? And I said, I want lobster. My mom was like, oh, Drew, honey, no. We only eat lobster on a special occasion. Well, I guess it was never a special enough occasion the rest of my life, so I never tried to order it again. I was like, come on. So I put it on my list to eat lobster, and I just didn't go to a restaurant and eat lobster. We like cook lobster at the house.
That's actually might be
I bet
better.
it was so
Nice.
good.
We boiled it at the house. So it was pretty cool to mark that off, but that's why that made it to my list.
Nice.
So little things. Also, I sold something on Craigslist. I'd never done that. That was one of the first things I ever marked off. I went to a wine tasting. Never done that.
That's one of mine. That's one of mine.
It's little, right? It's not a big thing. It's not jumping out of an airplane or meeting the president, which were on my list as well. Those are big ticket items, but little things. Don't forget about those as you're making your list.
Yeah. Cool.
We get caught up in the over the top a lot of times.
Should I do like categories?
You can, however you want to break it up. And that's one of the things you were getting paper when I said this. It's your list. No rules.
Okay.
Just own it. Whatever it is. It could be 5 things. It could be 5 categories with 5 things in each category, whatever it is.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, the next one. This is a big one. Everything costs money.
Yeah.
Fact.
Okay, so let me tell you this. On my first life list was to dress up for Halloween. All right? My sister lives in Dallas, and they would theme it up every year. And this one particular year, they we're doing The Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
Well, they have a bunch of people in their family. So the lion was taken, the scarecrow was taken, the Tin Man was taken, everybody was taken. So I was going to be the yellow brick road. So I went to Goodwill and I bought like a bright yellow turtleneck, some bright yellow sweatpants. I went to Michael's or Hobby Lobby and bought some foam board, and I made, I painted it like the yellow brick road. I got a yellow hat. Not a big deal, right?
Yeah.
But that little ensemble still cost me about $30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's funny. I made my first life list, 101 things to do in 1,001 days. And then I said, how much is this going to cost? And I put pen to paper, got the calculator out, and it was going to cost me like $216,000 to
Yeah.
accomplish everything on the list.
Dang.
Something stupid. I was like, come on. So drink a beer and eat a hot dog at every American League ballpark was on the list.
That would be cool.
Well, my wife
expensive,
is a
yeah.
flight attendant for Southwest. And I was like, oh, I fly for free. This shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, but you have to get to the ball field once you get to the airport. You have to buy the ticket to the game. You have to buy said beer. You have to buy said hot dog. I mean, it's going to cost a lot of money.
Sure.
So just keep that in mind. Everything costs money.
Yeah. Okay.
The next one is relational joy. Are you guys familiar with the book Into the Wild by John Krakauer?
Yeah.
Oh, with like the monsters.
No, that's
Wait.
called Where the Wild
Oh,
Things
okay.
Are.
Oh, that's what I was thinking of. That's what I was thinking of. My fault.
Into the Wild. They made a movie about it. It's about a guy named Chris McCandless who walked up and down the West Coast as a nomad, and he died in a school bus in Alaska. Okay,
wow.
do you guys not know this? Familiar with this? Okay, so on your life list that you're making, write down Read Into the Wild. It's a great, great book. Anyway, he dies alone in this school bus, and right before he died, in the margins of the book that he was reading, he writes, "Happiness is only real when shared." Chris McCandless, this nomad, his entire life, finally figured it out, but he figured it out right before he died. So I've really leaned into that happiness is only real when shared. So as you're making your list, what adventures do you want to go on? But more importantly, who do you want to go on those adventures with?
That's deep. I got
Yeah.
goosebumps from that. For real.
That's interesting.
That's something else
You know,
right there.
I want to go to Paris. Fantastic. Go to Paris. Who do you want to go to Paris with? The other way that this generates relational joy is you start to have conversations with your friends. Like, hey, I started making this life list. Life list? What's a life list? You explain what a life list is. They make their own life list. And they're like, you want to go see Cody Johnson in concert? I want to see Cody Johnson in concert. You guys go see Cody Johnson in concert together.
Yeah.
So instead of talking about the weather, the price of gas, the Texas Rangers, who are about to win the World Series, you're talking about really cool things, your goals, dreams, and aspirations. So you have to include people on these adventures that you're coming up with, okay? Relational joy. The next one, tip number 6. Here, let's do it radio style. Tip number 6.
Yeah. Right.
I should make Jesse do that. Jesse, do it.
Yeah.
Send me
You're
a-
the you're the
Why?
you're the, you're the
Yeah,
numbers.
come
You're
on,
the
come
tip
on.
number person. You
Why
go
do
ahead
I
and
have
do
to say
because
it?
we're getting you involved.
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Too quiet out here.
How do I say it?
Just say it
Just
how
tip
you
number
think you should.
6?
No, with some tip number 6.
Some-
Just like that.
Spice.
Come on.
Come on.
Okay. Tip number 6.
Ah,
There you
that's
go.
Those are
That's
actually
nice.
really good.
That's amazing.
Peaked a little bit, but it's good.
All right. Tip number 6 is you have to ask yourself the easy questions. Here's some easy questions.
Okay.
Where do you want to go? What do you want to eat? Who do you want to meet? Right? Anytime you say bucket list or life list, people are like, I want to go here. I want to do this. What do I want? What do you want to experience? Or maybe it is something you want to. Maybe you do want to eat lobster. You've never eaten lobster. Maybe you've never eaten sushi. Maybe there's a specific restaurant that you want to eat at. Man, I always
Yeah.
want to check out that
I
restaurant.
want to make my own sushi roll.
There you go, dude. That's a
I'm
great
writing
one.
it-
If-
I'm writing it
you-
down
write it
right now.
down.
Dude, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm gonna
It's a
call
really
it-
cool
I'm gonna call
process,
it
too.
The ginger roll.
The ginger roll.
Oh, you mean make your own style
Like
of
my
sushi
own
roll?
sushi roll.
That's
Like-
different.
Like whatever
right
I
there.
want.
And that's Drew. That's really interesting because I went to Philadelphia like let's say 3 months earlier from where we are now, and I didn't make any preparation like what I want to do, what I want to eat, what I want to. So I ended up just spending the whole time in Chinatown. You know what I mean?
Chinatown's
Which is
good.
cool, but like there's so much other stuff I could have saw.
Man, I tell you what, if you guys go on a vacation, I don't care where you go, make a list just for that vacation.
Yeah.
And you'll understand this more when you have kids, because you could be pulled 100 different directions, or you could end up the whole time in Chinatown. But if you're like, hey, I want to ride go-karts, I want to I want to go to the beach, I want to eat sushi, whatever it is, make that list for that particular trip. It's a really cool exercise. It truly is.
Yeah.
All right, Jesse, hit me up. Number 7.
Tip number 7.
Why didn't we start this at number
Nice.
1?
We should have, right?
Now you have to ask yourself the hard questions too. And this is what I mean by that. You have to ask yourself, what is something that I failed at that I want to try again? What is something that somebody said I could never do and I want to prove them wrong? I mean, that's deep.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real.
I mean, that's a different level. That's different than, where you want to go on vacation and,
Yeah.
the type of food you want to eat. But my big one on that, the story that I share when I speak is I'm a runner and I had completed 3 marathons and I had not broken 4 hours in the marathon and I wanted to break 4 hours. So I set the goal, went to Nashville, ran that marathon, dehydrated at mile 24. They took me to the hospital in an ambulance.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't do it. I didn't finish. I didn't break 4 hours. And my confidence was shattered. I didn't run for a while. And I said, nope, I'm going to get back on that horse. And I set that goal again. And I ran in Killeen, Texas. And it was the coldest, wettest, nastiest day I've ever run. And I broke it in 3 hours and 57
Let's go,
minutes.
man.
So it was awesome.
Yay.
But because I'd been knocked down, punched in the face, kind of kicked in the crotch, I was like, nope. That's not going to define me. I'm going to get back up and do it again.
Yeah.
So that was important to me. So you have to ask yourself the easy questions, but you also have to ask yourself the hard questions.
Okay.
All right, Jesse, hit me up. 8.
Tip number 8.
Never stop learning. What do you want to learn? Do you want to learn a language? Do you want to learn how to cook? Do you want to learn how to play an instrument? Do you want to learn how to rap? Travis?
Yes, sir.
What is it you want to learn? My grandfather told me when I graduated from college, never stop learning, and that stuck with me. We can always be learning something new. Brandon mentioned something right before we kicked this thing off. We were talking about Photoshop. He's like, "Is it easy?" Man,
I'm gonna write that down.
Maybe
It's
we'll
e-
learn that.
It's
Writing
easy,
that down.
The easiest way to learn that, well, for me, was YouTube. Because, like,
right?
with my photography stuff, I mean, photographers are very rude sometimes, especially
yeah.
with, like, other photographers. It's a very competitive business, and a lot of them aren't willing to help, once they're
share the
just
information?
starting out. Yeah. So YouTube, and there's a lot of, like, free tutorials on there. I mean, if you can find, like, an Indian guy, he knows everything.
Yeah.
Right.
The Indian guy on YouTube knows everything.
YouTube is a tremendous way to learn anything.
Yeah.
It is a tool. It truly is. We use it kind of as a zone out, turn off the frontal lobe type of thing, right? But if you want to use it as a tool to learn something, it's absolutely
Yeah.
powerful.
Man,
Yeah.
I got a brand new PC. I made an investment, and I wanted to spend a lot of money to get a PC to help me with my music and eventually start creating a video game. And
No, that's cool, man. Is all this written down?
somewhere else it is.
Well,
I've-
okay, but
I am gonna make it. I'm
put it on
gonna
your
write
life
it
list.
down.
Get the PC. That's a life list
Well,
item.
well, I'm saying I already got the PC.
Oh, you got the PC,
Yeah, I got the
okay.
PC.
Uh-huh.
I made an investment. And gosh, where was I going with this? What were we just talking about?
About making videos, Photoshop.
Okay, yeah. And so I've been wanting to learn Photoshop. I've been wanting to make videos about stuff, trying to put it on TikTok and stuff. So it's
Okay.
I just don't know where to start with that. So,
Sure. I mean, so you can
And
get the Adobe Suite, which
Yeah.
has all the different programs,
Mhm.
but some of the, we're talking about Canva, and they have a
Yeah.
lot of the real simple apps to make the
Yeah.
videos and stuff like that too. So you don't have to invest all into the Adobe
Yeah.
product.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to learn Photoshop specifically, which I highly endorse because
Yeah.
I use it and it's a very powerful
it's
tool.
so good.
Right. It's going to cost, I don't even know how much it's going to cost.
With Tarleton, we already have it with our
Oh, let's go.
tuition, so
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to figure out how to download it. I have to request access.
Okay, so let's jump to the end of the conversation and we'll come back to our tips, okay? I talk about this all the time. Vision and action. Okay, so a life list is the vision. But you have to take action on these things. So your action item is, and this is something that you can do today as soon as we get done with this podcast, is to go find out how you download it. It's going to take a phone call. It's going to take a search. It's going to, it's going to be super easy to figure that out. But if you just have a vision and you have all this cool stuff written down and there is no action associated with it, it is nothing more than a wish.
I'm
Vision
pretty
and
sure
action.
if you log in with your student email, it should let you
I
in.
downloaded the Adobe Cloud and I did log in with it. It was making me request access since I guess I'm not on the Tarleton campus.
I couldn't.
So
tell
I
you.
mean, I don't know. It's really interesting, but
You'll
you said
get it,
I'll
dude.
definitely-
You'll get it.
Yeah, but back to the YouTube thing. I used YouTube so much trying whenever I was trying to set up my PC because I was still new to having a computer to myself. So I got to worry about viruses. I got to worry about keeping it healthy, keeping it clean. when to know that it's going down, if I need to replace a part or a fan. So I
So
just
you
watch
YouTube all the-
YouTube.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would just, instead of sitting down watching a brainless video on YouTube about video games or something, I would look up how PC works. How does a
Yeah.
computer work? Now I know I don't know exactly how it works, but I know almost, I can tell you the exact process of how a PC works because of YouTube, because I was like so obsessed with, I got a PC. Whoa, how does
Right.
it work?
So
So interesting.
That's a whole separate conversation. You used social media, right, as a tool.
Mhm.
But a lot of times, like you explained, watching a mindless video game on YouTube,
Right.
social media is using us. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Whether
exactly.
it's YouTube or TikTok or Instagram
making
or Facebook or
money
whatever
off
it
of
is.
us.
We are the product.
We are.
And if you haven't watched Social Dilemma, the Netflix thing on social
I need
media,
to.
that needs to be on your list also, because that is eye-opening how we are cannibalizing ourselves, that we just go down those rabbit holes and they're taking advantage of us.
It's a social
Social
Dilemma.
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 Yeah. That's a public service announcement to everybody listening to this thing.
Yeah, for sure, guys. Don't make if you're listening, dude. This is for y'all too. Most importantly, y'all need to be taking these notes and, when y'all make y'all's life list for sure.
I just
Any-
put one
anyway,
online that says get off of all social media, because it's so hard to just stop it all. It's
Yeah, I mean,
so-
but it can be a tool, but
It
I
can.
highly endorse a 60, 90-day hiatus from social. I've done that. It's a good reset, and then you come back in and you come back in intentional about using it instead of being used. Man, that's a good life list item for sure.
yeah,
yeah.
I definitely learned that over the years. Like I'll be watching YouTube, and I'll have this recommendation. And it'll be like, what TikTok is actually doing to you, and I'll watch it. And I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. And I don't like getting on TikTok unless someone else sends me a video to watch,
Right.
or I don't like it. It's so bad for you.
Yeah, you'll dig that documentary for
I
sure.
know. It's called Social Dilemma.
Social dilemma. All right, let's finish up these tips and then let's go around and start making a life list for you
Yes,
guys.
sir.
All right, Jesse, hit me up. Number 9.
Tip number 9.
Never stop giving back. And what I mean by that is what tugs at your heartstrings? What's your cause? Are you into, do you like support little kids? Do you like support sick kids? Do you like to support old people or animals or whatever it is? And put something on your life list supporting the cause. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
We're doing something here cool at the radio station. I'll go ahead and talk about it. It's called Giving Tuesday. It's the Tuesday after Thanksgiving where we focus on 10 nonprofits. I'm going to be very transparent. I picked those 10 nonprofits because they're near and dear to my heart. A lot of them are. Special Olympics. I love that organization.
yeah, it's awesome.
You got kiddos that are not making any excuses for their disability, and they're fighting their tails off. Let's go.
Right.
I can get
Yeah.
behind
For sure.
something like that. Maybe your thing is literacy. Maybe your thing is bullying. Maybe your thing is whatever your thing is that tugs at your heartstrings. You need to support that, whether it's time, energy, dollars, whatever. So that's a great life list item. I'm not saying you have to have 10 things on there about supporting, the Paluxy River Children's Advocacy Center, but something on there. A cool organization that we're going to highlight on Giving Tuesday is Big Brothers Big Sisters. There's so many kids in this community that need a mentor that you just have to give a little bit of time and energy to these kiddos to make a difference in their life. Let's go. So
Yeah,
I can get on my
I-
soapbox. I can get on my soapbox all day about that.
yeah. I think I was a part of that for a good minute. That was cool.
And then the last one, Jesse, number 10.
Tip number 10.
What's your important thing? So for me, my number one important thing, without a doubt, are my kids. So on my life list, man, I got a bunch of stuff I want to do with my kiddos. A bunch of stuff. Like I want to take my son to the College World Series in Omaha, Nebraska. I want to take my daughter camping. And I want to share a story about camping in just a minute. So my life list, I would say a majority of it has to do with my children. We talk about relational joy. These adventures that I go on, I want my kiddos to be a part of it. So what's your most important thing? You have to decide. Maybe it's your significant other. Maybe it's your parents. Maybe it's your siblings. Maybe it's your best friend. Just making that decision.
Yeah,
Can I share my camping story before we do your
Please.
thing?
Yes.
Okay. So I was speaking to a group in Fort Worth once. It was a women's group. And at the end, I had time to take some questions, which I don't normally do. And this lady asked me, she goes, what's the favorite thing you've ever marked off your life list? And at the time, I didn't have a really good answer. I didn't know. But then I stepped back and thought about it for a second. And this is the one that stuck out to me. When I made my first life list, my son was around 4 years old. And I wanted to take him camping. So after the 4th of July weekend when he was 4, I said, we're going to mark it off. Here we go. So my family came down to Rainbow. We hung out 4th of July weekend. As soon as they left the property, I was going to get in the truck with my son, and we were going to go to Meridian State Park, which is about 25 minutes from the house. We weren't going to Big Bend. We weren't going to the Grand Canyon. We were going to Meridian State Park. Mm-hmm. I remember being at the gate. The truck was packed full of sleeping bags and tents, or one tent. We had our bikes. We had fishing poles. We had all the things we needed to camp. And I said, man, we shouldn't go. All the excuses, just blah, 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 excuse after excuse. It's hot. Mm-hmm. It's Texas in July. Yeah, it's hot. I was doing real estate at the time. I was like, man, what if one of my clients needs me? Mm-hmm. Oh, we're coming off a holiday weekend. I've already taken too much time off. Excuse, blah, 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 blah. But I gave my excuses the middle finger, and I drove out of the gate. We went to Meridian State Park, camped for 2 days, and it was awesome. We did all the things. We hiked, we fished, we made a campfire, we ate s'mores, we caught fireflies. Awesome experience. It was cool, right? So giving my excuses the middle finger was one of the reasons why it was a big deal to me. But the really cool thing is, and this is, I get emotional when I talk about this sometimes.
Let's do it.
That last night we were there, we were laying in the tent, and it was hot. God, it was hot. My son made his first life list. He had 10 things he wanted to do and 10 people he wanted to do those things with. He wanted to go fishing with his poppy, who's my father. He wanted to build a sandcastle with his mom. He wanted to go to a Ranger game with his cousins, Jake and Cal. So 10 things, 10 people, right? Guys, my son is now 13 years old, and this is how he talks. Hey, Dad, can we add something to my life list? Hey, Dad, can we mark something off my life list?
That's cool.
I have interviewed no less than 250 people on my radio show and podcast about this. Adults that don't get it, and my 13-year-old son gets it.
That's crazy.
That's why that's my favorite thing to ever mark off the
Cool,
list.
man.
That's really
That's cool.
Nice.
So, anyway,
That's eye-opening.
now enough about me. Let's talk about you guys.
Let's talk about us, man. Jesse starting first because Jesse is the biggest talker here.
Oh yeah, of course.
So, okay, so I'm looking over there. Did you just write down the tips, or did you write down things that could possibly be on your life list?
They were things that they're just popping into my head.
Oh, let's go. What do you
that
got?
I need to
What'd you
add
write
on
down? Just one thing.
So, I obviously run my own photography business.
Okay.
Well, like recently it's been really slow and I haven't really been like pushing it as much as I should. So I want to get it more up and going, and I want to so I'm looking into getting a newer camera than I have, because what I have is what my mom passed down to me when I started it. So I'm going to do that, and then I have a bunch of places that I want to go and take pictures for clients at. So
Okay, that's cool. So you want to get a new camera. That's a life list item.
Yeah.
And then you have specific places you want to shoot.
yeah.
Okay, what are some of those places? Just hit us up.
I want to go to Montana,
Cool.
Colorado, Utah, and then there's Salt Flats in West Texas that I want to go to, and then the Glass Beaches, and then Arizona.
Okay, very cool. So what she's done is she wants to go to these places, but now she's incorporated her photography into it, which I think is super cool, right? Mm-hmm. So I love it. Your life list is now officially started.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, Randon, what do you got, dude? He's got categories. He's on both sides of the paper.
I have three categories. I have music, a life category, food, travel, and other.
Okay.
My main thing is I make music and I want to actually go somewhere with it, and so I get 100,000 streams as a goal.
Okay, that's a good goal.
And
I like it's measurable, right? He can mark that off if he accomplishes it.
Yeah.
I dig it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I want to learn piano. It's the one instrument that I need to learn it.
Okay, so take piano lessons.
And actually learn it.
So are you going to do this on YouTube, or are you going to actually take piano lessons? Pay someone to teach you piano?
I don't know, because I have a really close friend who is self-taught, completely self-taught, and he's the best piano player Tarleton has ever had.
Oh, shout out.
I don't
Wow.
Nice.
I know.
Bold.
And he's crazy. And he's completely self-taught, but he's also been playing 8 hours a day for a few years now.
Okay.
It's crazy.
So my challenge to you on that, because it's one thing to kind of dabble in it, have your friend kind of show you some things, watch some YouTube videos. Maybe it's play one song on the piano to family and friends, right? So, you have to be pretty good at piano in order to do that. You got to know how to play. And so, but you're actually working towards something you can actually mark off. That's my only challenge on that.
I like that. I'm writing down.
He's writing. Again, not good radio.
No. Okay. There we go.
All right, what else you got on there?
Okay. I'm very recently, not really recently, but the last year, I've been starting to work out a lot more, and I put get jacked really big.
Okay.
and I would want to run a half marathon because of that.
Okay. Time out. Getting jacked falls into the unmeasurable category.
Yeah, kind
I
of.
want to get jacked too, and I'm pretty jacked. Okay.
Okay.
So, do you want to bench press a certain amount?
Okay.
Do you want to, what is it? Do you want your biceps to be a certain, circumference? What do you want? What does jacked mean to you? It has to be measurable so you can mark it off.
I want to be able to wear any shirt I want without people thinking like, damn, he's small. You know what I mean? I know people don't really think that, but it's like one of my goals. I've always wanted to
Okay, so let's quantify it. Okay. If you bench press 250 pounds, that's probably going to be the case. That's a lot,
That's
by the
crazy.
way.
That is a little-
How much can you
little
bench
lot.
right now? I've never asked another
I
man that
haven't.
question.
I have not bench pressed in a long time,
Okay.
so I don't know.
So what do you work out? What are you doing?
I go to the gym, but the gym that I go to at my apartment is very bad, and so I usually use the machines that they have, and I use dumbbells. I do a lot of push-ups, sit-ups,
Okay.
just pull-ups.
Here's a goal for you. This is interesting. I set a goal when I hurt myself running to do 1,000 push-ups in one day.
That's a lot, dude.
That's a
That's
lot.
a lot.
It's
So
a lot.
I
It took me
actually-
all day to do it, but I did it. But you can't just do it. You have to train to do it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's about the journey, about leading up to that. But that's about setting a quantitative goal that you can actually work off.
So I actually have something similar. I broke my shoulder.
Okay, so you can't do a push-up?
I can now. I can, but I broke my shoulder. That's why I'm recently now starting to get back into it a lot more because I can actually work out without feeling pain in my shoulder, and so it's been really hard for me to do push-ups lately, and I feel like something like that would be pretty cool. to
Okay.
do. So I think
Another possible life list item, not to add stuff to your list, but maybe get a new gym membership.
yeah,
Like someplace, a
yeah,
real
no.
gym. If you want to get jacked, really get
Yeah,
jacked. I
no,
mean,
I'm
you
gonna
may have to,
actually go to the gym.
get out of the apartment.
And I haven't been going as
Gym.
hard as just because I still have to build up the muscle in my shoulder to actually get back to 100% strength. And it's been over 6 months now, I think, and I'm still not even back to 100% on my shoulder. So that's one of the main things that's really keeping me from going forward. If that makes sense.
Quantitative. Okay. And again, you can set a goal, maybe do 50 push-ups at one time. They're like, okay, I did that. Now maybe it's 75, or maybe it's 1,000 over the course of the day, whatever it is. Let that shoulder build up. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Start at something that you can actually accomplish.
of course. Damn.
All right, we're coming back around, so keep writing. Travis, you're up.
While you guys were talking, I went ahead and made a little bit of me. What I have on my list. I want to perform for homecoming. I was supposed to perform this year. I had a flyer with me on it and everything, and I ended up being pushed to the side and disrespected, so I left. So that's something that ended up failing that I want to redo next year.
Let's
you know what I
go.
mean? So
Let's
that's
go.
something we're aiming for next year.
That's a good one.
Learn the bass, and that's very broad. So I was thinking about while you were talking to him, that's not measurable. I want to be able to play the song "Some" by Steve Lacy with the bass, and for me, that's one of my goals.
That's cool.
sign.
It's measurable.
I want to be able to DJ an event.
Hey, can we
Yeah.
back up? You play that song on the bass on this podcast.
Oh,
I like it.
Different level.
That would be cool,
Different
man.
level. Mark it off.
That
Let's
is a
go.
different level. That is a different level. The third thing on the list is I want to be able to DJ an event, which is gonna happen pretty soon because we have a DJ board here now. We're learning everything. I'm gonna learn everything. I know Rand's gonna learn with me
yeah,
too.
we definitely learn.
And we're both pretty much gonna be able to DJ an event, which is gonna be cool.
That's awesome. Now, let me say something about that. If you know you're going to do something, go ahead and put it on the list.
Yeah.
And this is why. Because I've had something, and I was like, oh, I'm doing that for sure. And it got close to the thing, whatever the thing is. Maybe it was a concert I wanted to see. And something happened that was good. And I could have easily talked myself out of it. But I was like, no, I can't talk myself out of it. It's on the list.
Yeah.
Right? Go ahead and put it down on there. If it's a done deal, without a doubt, going to happen, still put it on the list. Because, again, there's something powerful about taking that pen, marking through it. Because what are you going to think, Jesse, as soon as that pen comes off the paper?
I'm gonna think about the next thing.
What's next? That's right.
Yeah.
What's next?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Jesse, back to you. What else you got?
Back
She
to
wrote some
me.
more things down.
Let's hear it.
My biggest thing right now is to actually graduate because I grew up in a really small town, and with a small town comes a lot of trash talking about everybody. It doesn't matter who you are.
You're not the only person that said that. I've heard so many people say that.
It's really bad. It's so bad. And my senior year, I kind of kept my head down, but my ag teacher actually brought it to my attention that she set me aside one day. She's like, I don't care, like, what you do, as long as you graduate, like, I want you to do that because everybody is sitting there and saying that you're not even going to make it past your first semester. And that kind of hurt a little bit because it was coming from somebody that I had been really good friends with since I was like a baby. And so I confronted him about it, and he was like, yeah, I just don't think you're going to do that good. And I was like, oh, okay.
You're like, hold my beer and watch this.
Exactly.
I think that's awesome. And just for the record, I love the story behind it. I want to talk about that in just a second. But every single student that works at this radio station, whether you're a DJ or you're a student assistant, needs to be it's graduate, needs to be on your life list, right? Mm-hmm. I love the story behind it, and this is why I love it. I love story. Everything that I do revolves around story because I'm a firm believer when you know somebody's story. Now that I know that about Jesse, right, there is a level of understanding, there's a level of empathy, and there's almost a level of love. When you know somebody's story, you cannot hate another person. That is a fact. You don't have to see eye to eye on everything. You don't have to agree on everything, but you cannot hate that other person. And that's what's wrong with the world that we live in. We don't take the time to get to know somebody's story. And just that, sharing that little story about some dude disrespecting her from her hometown about you're not going to be able to graduate. And now her motivation to prove him wrong, let's go.
And I think
that's awesome.
It's also really funny because he dropped out of EMT school 6 weeks after he started it.
Don't worry about him, though. You can't worry about him.
I think it's funny.
Yeah, it's funny. Laugh about it for a second, but don't worry about him. Focus on you, girl.
Facts.
Get that diploma.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where are you? What year are you, Jess?
I am a sophomore.
Cool. Well, you already went past your first year.
Yeah.
You're already breaking that. Nice.
Cool. I love it. Brandon, what do you got? What's next?
I added make shoulders, abs, and chest look amazing. I did 500 push-ups / sit-ups.
Okay, again, that's not measurable, dude. What is amazing?
Look.
What is amazing?
I said 500 push-ups and sit-ups. I don't know if I want to do that in one day because I feel like I could do it, but that's really hard for me.
I'll send you a blog. I'll send you a blog post on how I did 1,000 and see if
That's
that'll inspire you.
very impressive. Like I can't even imagine that right now. I'm still trying to think about other things.
That's cool. Just keep it going. That's the cool thing about it. You guys will be thinking about this all day.
Yeah.
You'll be at dinner tonight with some friends. You'll be like, I want to add this to my life list.
I'm
you know,
and
constantly
jotting
down
about it now.
Piece of paper will be full by the end of the day.
So, Travis, you give me one more, and then I've got an idea I want to share with you guys. Go ahead.
Okay, one more. I want to be able to reach 200 pounds on this bulk I'm going on right now. You know, last year I reached 190. I start off at 150.
And what is it?
160. Huh?
What is it? What are you trying to reach? 200?
200 pounds. Yes, sir.
You want to weigh 200 pounds?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Before I go on my cut.
Okay.
So last year I bulked to 190 and I was like the max. I was like so poofed out, like and I went on a cut and I looked amazing. And I cut too much, and so I learned like I lost a little bit of that. So this time I want to reach 200 pounds, and then I'm gonna write more in here. Cut to a certain. I'm not sure what I want to cut to yet, but I'm gonna cut to a certain amount of pounds. And
do you want to do like a show or something? Like a
no, I love the process of just like fitness, and I love to
challenge yourself,
gain muscle, and then cut and look amazing. Like, I just love to take care of my body.
And that's measurable too, 200 pounds, obviously.
Yeah.
Right? All right, so here's the idea that I have for the radio station. In my office, I want to put a dry erase board.
Okay.
And I want everybody to write something, 2, 3, maybe 5 things from their life list up on that board. Okay? So I can ask about it from time to time. I'll be like, hey, Brandon, how are the 500 push-ups coming? Or, hey, Travis, how's the 200 pounds coming? Or something like that.
Yeah.
The cool thing about it is you guys can go in there and see what everybody else wrote, and maybe you can help them mark something off. Because I already said this, right? Jesse, you remember this? It's fun to make a life list, cool to mark stuff off. Game changer when you can help somebody else put their goals, dreams, and aspirations on the spotlight. Can you tell I've said that before? I have. Because it's the truth. So if you walked in there, maybe you saw Kelly wrote something up there for her life list. You're like, I can help you do that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's something with photography. Kelly, I can help you do that. Let's go. Or maybe it's something with music. We have a new student, and they're like, man, I want to make some music. And Brandon's like, I'm using this software now. I can help you do that. Yeah. That is a game changer. And then we go up there and we mark it off. Maybe we take pictures and put it up on the board too. It'll be the, KXTR, the KTRL, Tarleton Public Radio life list board. What do you guys think?
That sounds really cool.
Yeah, we're going to do it, man.
I'm down for that.
I'm on it.
Nice.
Cool. All right, let's go around one more time. We got time for one more round?
We do have time for one more round.
Okay.
Jess?
Hold on, I gotta think. Get in with kind of like as a second shooter with another livestock photographer. I've talked with a equine photographer based out of Weatherford, but I haven't really like had the time to actually go to shows with her and stuff like that. So I want to get in with her and
Why
probably
haven't you had time?
just with life going on and a lot. And I want to wait until I get something that has a little better quality than I have.
Sure.
Because like my camera was made in like the 2000s, so it's a little older, but it does the job for what I need right now.
All right, so let me do this. I'm gonna get on my soapbox. I'm gonna pick on you just a little bit, okay?
Okay.
You did not use this word, and I'm glad you didn't use this word. But I thought you were gonna say I'm just so busy, right? So when I speak, I talk about making the important things important, starting with you. And one of the ways you can do that is remove busy from your vocabulary. Here's the deal: it's not a busy thing; it's a priority thing. If something is important enough to you, you will do it. I don't care what it is. Whether it's reach out to the Weatherford photographer, go on a date, go call your mom, go on a cruise with your best friend, whatever it is. If it is important enough to you, you will do it. So when you remove busy from your vocabulary, you remind yourself of that, because you start to pay attention how much other people say it. You start to pay attention how much you say it, right? Mm-hmm. I say ripping and running. It means the exact same thing because we all have a lot going on. Just take busy out of your vocabulary. So I'm proud of you for not using busy. But if it's important enough to you to reach out to that photographer and make that happen, you will do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now you got a life list. Now I can be like, hey, did you call that guy yet? Now I know. You see, that's the bad thing about this, guys. Now I know what you guys want to accomplish. I'll ask all the time. Like, hey, did you do that thing yet? No, not yet. Why not? When are you going to do it? By the end of the week? Okay.
That's what makes the best friends, though. You know, like the
Yeah.
friends
Hold them
that
accountable?
do that.
Yeah, let's go.
For sure.
All right, Brandon. Brandon's just scribbling. His hand's cramping up. He's
All right.
I think you cracked Brandon. His page is almost full.
This is really interesting to me. One thing, I love the way the Earth looks.
okay.
I love Earth, and I want to go everywhere on the Earth.
Okay.
And I've
let's
only
niche
been
it down a little bit.
I've only been in the United States, never been outside.
Okay.
I want to go to Japan.
Cool.
I want to go to Paris.
Okay.
I want to go to Rome.
Okay.
I want to see the pyramids.
Okay.
I want to see Stonehenge.
Okay.
I want to see all of Earth. I just want to see everything.
Okay.
I want to experience. I don't really have like, besides these, I want to just explore. I want to be more open to exploring what is around me.
All right.
Yeah.
So of those international places you just mentioned, I encourage you to prioritize them. Like if Japan is the number one thing, you find out how much it costs to go to Japan.
Right.
When's the best time to go to Japan? If you want to explore and see other things, though, I challenge you to do it in baby steps. And what I mean by that is, you have a girlfriend, right?
Mm-hmm.
You guys, one weekend, you go to a town in Texas that you've never been to. And then maybe you go to a state that you've never been to. And then you can branch out after that. You kind of get that taste of adventure, right? And maybe you go to, on my life list, is to go to Turkey, Texas. It's in the middle of nowhere, Texas. There's a super cool hotel run by this guy named Dave Martinez, who's a singer-songwriter on the Texas music scene. They bring in singer-songwriters every weekend, and he cooks barbecue. And I want to go. It's stuff like that. You know what I mean? So you do that, and then you go a little bit further, and you go a little bit further, and then you end up in Japan.
That's beautiful, man.
That's crazy.
Man, there's just so much on my list. I'm gonna pick one.
Yeah, come on.
One of them I want to do is, since like it's important now, since that I'm a junior and I have one more year left of college, hopefully, right? Is do a music video with all the fraternity brothers. I'm in Kappa Sigma. I've never seen rap artists do music videos, or I've never seen rap artists that are in a fraternity. You know what I mean? So it'd be super cool for me to have a music video with all the fraternity brothers in the back doing some cool stuff. You know what I mean?
I love that. That's a cool one. That very
Yeah.
very doable, very measurable. The relational joy component you want to do with your brothers. Love that, man. That's a
Yeah.
great life list item. Super
Yeah.
cool.
Facts.
So the things I know we're winding up here, but some things I want you guys to think about and remember, okay? It's your life list. Own it. However it looks, however it feels. Just make sure everything is measurable, right? Vision and action. Don't forget about the little things, and take people on the adventure with you. Those are the big ones.
Awesome. To wrap it up today, we have a question. We do this every episode. Question of the day, Drew. Today's question, since we already made this is not our life list yet, but it's just a bunch of ideas, bunch of things that will probably be on your life list. So
This is my life list.
what is one thing that everybody is going to complete within this next year that you're going to put on your life list?
Okay, I
Like
like
the
this.
number one thing, like the biggest thing.
I'm gonna get mine out. I'll play this game.
Yeah, let's do it.
You first, Travis.
Me first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
High school. Mine is, of course, the homecoming thing. It was like 2 weeks ago, homecoming, right? And I was very disappointed, very disrespected by people I thought were genuine to me. And so I walked away from it. And so this upcoming year, we're going to do it differently with different people. Biggest homecoming party. I'm going to be the headliner. We're going to make it happen.
Why does it have to be a homecoming? Can it be like a normal, like,
I think it's
concert
I think
type thing?
I think
It's personal now.
Symbolism.
It's personal.
Yeah, it's personal now. That's why.
Okay, understand.
And here's my challenge for you. I realize we're still a calendar year, almost to the date of that happening.
Yeah.
Don't wait to start taking those action items.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Start working
Yeah.
on that. Start planting those seeds. I dig it. That's an awesome one. I love it.
Thank you.
Jesse, what do you got?
I think mine's definitely going to be get more serious and get my business more professional, because I think now that my life's slowing down a lot more than it was, and once I do like get my new camera, which I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to do it around Christmas because it'll be cheaper, but
So is that the life list item is to get the camera?
yeah,
Okay.
That's
love it.
gonna be-
And that'll turn up the knob on that big overarching goal.
yeah, for sure.
Okay. Get the camera. I love it. By Christmas, you even put a deadline on it.
Yeah.
Brandon,
Get 100,000 streams.
100,000 streams. Where are you at right now?
0. Oh, I'll probably have like a few hundred, maybe.
Okay.
It's not
Yeah.
a long way to go.
So this is real quick. I'll tell you this story and then I'll tell you mine. My son started making these YouTube short things,
Cool.
and they're stupid, man. They're so stupid. I love that kid, but man, some of these shorts are dumb. But people
Right.
are watching them now. He's like
Nice.
getting thousands and thousands of views.
Oh my
Nice,
gosh.
And I was
man.
like, dude, that's you batting in a baseball game, and I think you popped out to the first baseman, and 2,500 people have watched that. Why? So it's not unattainable if a 13-year-old kid can put a video up there of himself batting, dude. So don't let that number intimidate you. It's about creating content, doing it. Okay, here's mine. I will complete my second book in the next calendar
Let's
year.
go. There you
Okay.
go.
Again, it's called Stop Eating S Sandwiches. I can't say the word on the air. And it's how you talk to yourselves. We talk to ourselves. We all talk to ourselves, but the problem is we talk to ourselves in an ugly, mean, destructive way. We've
Yeah.
got to pay attention how we talk to ourselves.
Yeah.
Because you're saying mean things like, I can't do that, I'm too stupid. I can't do that, I'm too fat. I can't do that, whatever reason. And if you say that stuff to yourself enough, you start to believe it.
Yeah.
So you start to remind yourself that you are worthy, that you are enough, that you are a good person, that you do make the important things important. You start to believe that stuff instead of the BS lies. There it is. Drop the mic. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Okay.
That's beautiful because I'm sure you can agree with this, Drew, but the number one person, the number one doubter is yourself sometimes.
Oh, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
You can be so hard on yourself sometimes and
Your
put
number one
limitations on
worst
yourself
critic.
that other people probably don't even have on you.
Yeah.
But you're limiting
literally
yourself
your
because
number one worst critic.
You don't believe in yourself or whatever it be. So
I appreciate this opportunity. I really do. Thank you guys so
Yeah.
much. I love it.
Thank
I love
you
a
for
mic.
being on.
Love a mic in my face and just spreading the love and sharing inspiration. Getting to know you guys a little bit better. I felt like I did. Going through your
Yeah.
life list. I think it's neat.
it's a great experience, and I think everyone learned from it. I think I think this is gonna elevate our day. We're gonna come up with more things on life list, and now technically you've structured everyone's life a little better if you think about it.
Not
Drew.
really.
So thank you so much for being on today's episode, guys. This is Cruisin the Planet. We're here every single Wednesday at 1:30 p.m. Central Time. So make sure to tune in next week. Someone just commented Drew is the GOAT.
No,
So
oh my
Let's
gosh.
round of
go.
applause for Drew.
They need to meet some more people then.
Yeah, right. But make sure to follow us on our social media, KXTR 100.7 The Planet.
Don't forget to make your own life list.
And make your own life list.
Hey, can I close it down like I
Yes.
used to on my radio
Yeah.
show? Hey, remember to make the important things important, and remember, love wins. I'm Drew Myers. See ya.
Yeah.
Eh.